Welcome back, everybody, to CCT Contenders. We just saw a female derby that actually was an interesting game. It didn't go the distance. We didn't see all three maps, just the two. But Inferno did get quite close. And yeah, we saw some interesting plays and some good CS. Now, we're going to have a bit of an exciting one as well, to be honest. I'm looking forward to this one. ENCE Academy taking on Mix, the core of the old BNE roster with Zero Fix and Nork. So some really, really strong players within the team, but I'm not sure how much they actually do outside of, you know, officials in terms of practicing as a team and whatnot. Excuse me. So, yeah, that's going to be sort of an interesting dynamic going up against a team like ENCE Academy, who actually do a lot of that groundwork. You know, they put a lot of time in with coaches and analysts and whatnot. They have a great support network that sort of helps these players develop. We've seen multiple, in fact, 3 ENCE Academy's sort of former alumni go up to the main squad. So, yeah, each of these boys are kind of looking at that prize as them maybe being the next ones up. We've got Click, Miller, Blick, Schwartz, and Teme. And yeah, as I say, some interesting pieces here. There's obviously a Finnish core to this team. Teme and Miller, sort of longer standing members of this side, have sort of played some bigger events within this ENCE Academy. Within this ENCE Academy sort of realm. They actually went over to the ESL Nordic Championship, which was cool. It's like a 100k LAN event. They came top 4, and yeah, you know, it was a really cool experience to play on stage for those two boys, and you know, alongside Schwartz as well, actually. Play on stage and you know, take a decent chunk of prize money. I think that was probably one of their best placements in an event that they've had as a roster. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Now, jumping over to the other side of things, as I say, Mix. You got Synopsy, Sineri, Juan Flatro, 3 players that need no introduction. Yeah, former BNE superstars and you know, major attendees and whatnot. But the same can be said for Nork as well. Nork, a player with tons and tons of experience, of course, had a very, very long stint on NIP. Well, I say very long. He actually wasn't super long. But he sort of went there twice, didn't he? He had sort of a 9-month stint and then sort of a 6-month stint on NIP, and then was there for a long time inactive. But yeah, also part of Gamer Legion, Apex. He's been a piece for some big orgs for a while. Came top 4 at the Paris Major with Apex as well. That's one to note. It was kind of a wild major where, yeah, in sort of the late stages of the playoffs, we had ITB, we had Apex, we had Gamer Legion make it to the finals. That was heroic in the semis as well. It's kind of a wild major, but yeah. Nook was a part of that, made it into the semis, and then Zero Fix, a man with some really sort of interesting history as well. Obviously played his debut team being Passion UA, sort of nothing really before that. Reached some really great heights with Passion UA, and then was sort of the first one to go when they did their reshuffle back earlier this year. And yeah, it's just sort of been playing with these guys since. We saw him stand in for Fnatic with the Pro League qualifier, and then since then, yeah, he's just been playing with these mixed guys, and you know, not having the best of results, to be honest, and losing to teams that you wouldn't necessarily expect them to lose to. And that's what sort of worries me about this game here. You know, on paper they should absolutely be the victors, but based on the fact that they've yeah, quite consistently been losing to sides that you wouldn't really expect them to lose to, I do worry a little bit that yeah, they're sort of falling into, they could fall into a bit of a trap, but we'll see. We've got the vetoes up on your screen now. Mirage, Overpass, and Ancient. Nice little semi-change of scenery, I guess, with Overpass. I've not been seeing it all too much. Since it sort of came into the pool, a lot of teams are really liking to just ban it out straight away, and it's making me sad, you know. But yeah, it's good to see it come up in the series. Ancient as that decider, Mirage first too. Mix sort of trying to lean into, I guess, their strong point, which is the fact that they've got really, really great mechanics and really great individuals that, yeah, on a map like Mirage really, really should shine and really should thrive. When it comes to Overpass, I think that's going to be the curveball. I think that's going to be where we actually maybe see ENCE Academy sort of inch ahead on the on the preparations and the prac and the sort of server time that they have versus a team like Mix. And I'm kind of speculating here and I'm assuming, but yeah, I know that ENCE Academy put a lot of groundwork in and have a lot of time sort of in the practice server and playing scrims and things. And I don't know how much Mix are doing. I don't know if they are just sort of like, rocking up to officials and sort of playing to their ability, or whether they are actually doing a lot in terms of scrims and behind the scenes stuff, looking to get picked up by an organization and whatnot. I'm actually not too sure. I'd have to I don't know, have a little conversation, dig a little bit deeper into that one to find out. But yeah, I think this should be a good series. I think we could absolutely make this go 3 maps and have a good game of Counter-Strike on our hands. Kind of want to have a look to see who these guys actually lost to get into this position, because the way that these CCT Contenders games work is, it's just like one big double elimination brackets. There's no Swiss stage, there's no groups, nothing like that. So yeah, ENCE Academy lost to VP Prodigy. That was 2-0. That's what dropped them down to the lower bracket. And Mix lost to X Chemistry. First game went to 4 OTs, but it was still a 2-0. So, yeah, kind of another one of those teams that you kind of be expecting players of this caliber to be beating. But, yeah, I guess those Chemistry guys have... they were playing in advanced, and they're pretty formidable players and a pretty formidable team as well. It sounds like one of the players is having some issues with his camera, so we're going to go to a short break. When we return, we'll be straight into the game. I imagine it'll only be a couple of minutes, folks, so don't go too far. We'll be ready with the action soon. All right, welcome back, folks. We are good to go, rolling into Mirage. Swartz is on a tear and off to a lightning start. He smashes 2 heads early on. Blick's going to follow up with 1 as well. They keep on sliding through. They're actually hunting for him as well. No mercy on a pistol round. Sceneri just holding on to his kit and flash. Doesn't feel all too relevant, but, you know, why not? That's where we are right now. Force buy from Mix. This is their map pick. I think they're hoping for a better start than how this has unfolded so far. They've gone for the force up. Quattro pops another head. Okay, this is going a hell of a lot better. Not really sure what the plan is for ENCE Academy, but they're playing it by ear, and after a double there's maybe a little bit of a route back in. It's going to work his way up. Flash goes over the top. Oh, no. Trying to plant for con, but there's a man on short. Sceneri adds to the tally and stuck between a sandwich of 3. Millet's got to fight his way out. Oh my god, they're kind of giving him the opportunity, but he's running out of bullets. He had a few more in the clip there. I think he maybe gets that done, to be honest. He falls short. She's going to go into the apartments. Winning the pistol, losing the follow-up's real awkward. Going to put them on double eco, but the Tech-9 so far off to a decent start. Miller ends up following up with his. Okay, wow, that's a lot of damage. Obviously, they want more than damage in a round like that. That was a full force buy, but all things considered, Millet's made a bit of a mark. Made things expensive in a round that was looking like a bit of a lost cause. About to go as far as to say, just, you know, was a lost cause after the early fights were lost. Denari spams through the smoke. Let's end up with 1 that takes a lot of damage in retort. Does need to be careful here. I'm surprised he's still fighting. All right, they might actually get away with this with no casualties. Forget that. Just the one. Oh, God. Maybe just the two then. Still 50 seconds. I think Schwartz is going to try and wrap around. Get something going with this. Synopsy. Will eventually take him out, but yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Synopsy. Gonna play close under the back. Mixer off to a pretty good start after losing the pistol. Trying to look to add to this tally that little bit further. Click tiptoes in, click. Oh, great entry. Synopsy caught his pants at his ankles. The AK is going to come up from Con and deal damage as well. And Zero Fix is wiped out. The flick up from Nork won't be successful. Teme will take him down too, and Zineri left for the 1v5. There's been a lot of damage dealt, so Zineri could finish off a couple of these low boys, make it expensive. I think the 1v5 clutch is maybe pushing it. So, Exec onto the A-bomb side again. He's going to fly over. Nork with a great shot to get this started. Flashbang's going to go in. Click wants to take a bit of initiative. Wants these fights. I want to try and even out these numbers. Or going for this plant. It is going to be held. And they know they have to do so before these smokes fade. So now they've got a bit of a fuse on the round, a little bit of leverage. One flat throw tagged with the AWP, but down to 10 HP, still hitting shots, still finding kills. Teme's out in the open, it all falls onto Click, and he's being flanked. Nork will catch him in the back. Mix will make it 4. It's another one that's a little bit shaky. But they get there. They get there eventually. Miller. Taken out by Synopsy. spam to get things started. Trades back, though, and if you're going to press like that, you got to expect to be punished. Swartz, of course, locked in and ready. Makes light and easy work of that. Blick left in the apartments. Need to rain over. Orp on the angle. Naught connects. Gonna get overrun here, but not before taking another. It's a massive second kill. An interesting plant spot for Teme. Ceneri's going to come in from behind. That's going to leave Teme by himself in a 1v2, but he handles the first nicely. Does he realize Ceneri's dropped? It doesn't matter. He adjusts down, finds the kill, survives with 5 HP. He'll get it over the line and ENCE Academy. Keep the pressure on and keep this game going close. Teme barrels up. Through and into the ladder room. It's an airy. Let's go to P250. Oh, wow. Well, Flatro's going to follow up as well. Mix. Keeping this cool. Follows up for one more. This pulls down to a 2v2 on Flatro on the angle. Expects the AWP, but can't get a kill onto Millet. That's a problem. Now the flash goes over. It's going to get that plant down. Millet's AWP still not connecting. It really needs to. Well, this slips away. Blick follows up for one more. It's one Flatro left. He knows where they both reside, or at least roughly. He's done so much damage onto Blick, you just can't finish him. There you go. 2 bullets required. Drops the smoke, thinks that the last is there in the apartments. Millet. Oh, he's got him locked and loaded. Yeah, it's lovely stuff. Swaps to the Glock just in case, but really tidy. Tied up at 4-4. Not connects. Big shot. Ceneri's there to follow up. This has just kind of come out of nowhere. Just a complete shutdown. Walter's trying to inflict as much damage as he can before the end of this round.
Counter-terrorists win.
He will eventually go. Look at that. It's a lovely little sequence out of Schwartz. spams early on. Schwartz, the one man with the rifle. He had a little bit more money than everyone else. Understandably so. He's been inflicting more damage. Finding more kills. And he'll add to that further. One Flatro fumbling big time. He's jump spotting in the window. He's going to be caught off. Zero fix here. Try and sort of pick up the pieces and recover it. Takes two, so that'll sort of make up for Juan Flatro going down without anything. The rest of the team got a lock in. They will. Scenari doubles up. Done and dusted. Nice and tidy. Clicks in the chat. I thought we were going to see a pause, but maybe they're just praising each other. Maybe they're flaming each other. I doubt it. I reckon in games like this, there's probably quite a lot of respect in the server. It's like, you know, the young ENCE Academy boys sort of looking up to some of these players that are sort of considered as legends. For the legends looking at the upcomers and saying, yeah, some of you have got real bright futures ahead of you. Your whole career laid out in front. Sec 9 of Scenari. Gonna mop up for a little bit more. Left alone. He'll be taken down. So, Mix following up with another round. Looking very, very good now. This has gone from, you know, a little bit back and forth at the start to them finding form when they need to and pulling ahead at the halfway point. 7-4 up, and one more would push this into an 8-4 half, which would be pretty exceptional. Start out a Miller. Insta trade back by Scenari though. Pressure right back on this as Zero Fix doubles down. Taking a lot of damage in the process, but still. A man advantage, although the round still feels plausible here for ENCE Academy. Schwartz is just making a lot of noise. I don't think he's going to check for Juan Flatro. Yeah, back turned. Oh, I was going to say easy kill. He makes a meal of it. Looks a little bit harder. Nonetheless, should be the round. Click class man standing. And now he's starting to make some sound as well. All eyes should be on him in the next couple of seconds. Nade comes in. I'm surprised he's still alive. Giving him a fair bit of room here. There we go. Zero Fix will finish it off. Not bad at all. All in all, some pretty good stuff out of Mix. Scenari, I think, was just an absolute staple. A brick wall on that B-bomb site. Finishes the half with 20 kills. There was nothing too flashy out of him either. It was just general consistency. It's that kind of level, that kind of form that needs to be found sometimes against teams like this. So, underway with the second half. Pistol round, kind of worth everything here for ENCE Academy. Buster, what map next? It's bang in the middle at the top. Overpass. It's the ENCE Academy pick. Should be good. Mix are able to take this pistol round, which is now looking pretty likely because they're out on the B site for free. This becomes pretty difficult. Flick. Nice kill. We're actually going to follow up. Miller ends up with another as well. Scenari here in the apartments. Ooh, tapping off shots. Not connecting. Still a 3-on-3, but this bomb feels a little too far gone. There is a kit on Miller, so if they're quick about this, he can jump on the defuse. Schwartz has recovered it, but if he finds the kill now, he'll just about have time. Oh my god. What a chaotic round. I thought they were pretty confident at that point. It was like, you know, round's over. He doesn't have time. They're just dancing around the boxes. Bang, headshot comes through. You get that little glimpse of the kit that's been recovered that's just hanging on his belt. And you go, oh, yikes, we might have fumbled this. That was a really good opportunity for Mix to just close the door. Not allow an avenue back in. Go 9-4 up and follow up with the next couple of rounds. But now it all sort of comes into question. One flat truck. Get a little. Ooh. Taken down by Schwartz. ENCE Academy are able to wriggle their way back into this game. I start to favour their chances at the series. I think they're more than likely going to be the ones to take Overpass. So either we go to a third map or... yeah, they claw back this Mirage and then we're really in business. Of course, this is a strong force buy out of Mix. Getting the bomb plant and 4 kills in the pistol, of course. They're going to go for the investment here. And a hefty one at that. Up close as the MP9. Needs just the one to call it a decent day at the office, but ends up with 2, and that's going to seal the deal. Millet gets another. They're just trying to stay alive on the site. He could swing out, probably finish Nork here, but wants the safety in numbers. His teammates rock up. Click is used as the bait. Millet's there for the trade. And ENCE Academy right back in this. 6-8. They'll be against a full eco here, so it'll go to 7. And then we got our show on the road. There's an eagle of 1 flat truck. Pin his way down mid as it's sneaky into the connector. I think Click has just seen the leg. Miller, gets that information. Looks on over there, finds the shot, no trouble. These pistols shouldn't be able to get too much out of this, but they are, of course, in scary hands. And you do always wonder, a man like Scenario, who sat 22 and 6, could he just pop a couple of heads and make this happen? Zerofix won't be the deliverer of that. Normal Nork, normal Scenario, ENCE Academy. Tuck it to bed. Now they've got to see this through. Complete the comeback from 8-4 to 8-8. and beyond. It'll probably be 9-8 in their favor, actually, if they're able to overcome this buy round. Hero fixing Ceneri. A couple of important kills. Millet's managed to take one back, though. The AK is going to just try and work its way around. Playing on the other side of this smoke. Flash a nade over the top. Yeah, not really doing all too much. It's going to be Schwartz's duel that's important, and he misses out. Synopsy. Crisp as it comes. Flashbang goes into CT. Blick and click. Sounds like a kids' TV show. Back away and save. Click. Jiggling out onto short. Takes the contact and there's the nades rain over. Oh, God. Gets a little bit messy. One flat throw taken out. It may have just been an anomaly, a bump in the road from ENCE Academy in the last, because they're right back in the driver's seat here. Looking like the strong team that we've seen so far on this defense. Millet follows up. For another kill in the round. It's him and Schwartz that are doing so much here. I mean, Schwartz has got one more kill, and he'll be on the same kill count as all three teammates to his left. Miller are going above and beyond, and whilst it's kind of similar on the other side, you know, you got Ceneri 23-7, you got Synopsy 6-9. The bottom end started to step it up, then I think we'd have either a closer or a more one-sided game, depending on which side ends up doing so. What an off angle from Ceneri. Nork's going to swing out and take one more. It's Miller down. Schwartz last standing. Not a lot he can do here. Don't have to give this up. This will be 10 for Mix. And yeah, it does feel like, you know, Ceneri's sort of making up for the deficit of Synopsy. Let's just pretend that Ceneri's got 7 less kills, which then means that Synopsy's on 14, which is like pretty good. It's around about the rest of his teammates. Ceneri's on 18, and then it all sort of evens out a bit. But it does mean that Ceneri's superstar performance sort of being bottlenecked a little bit by Synopsy not showing up. And I think the same can be said for sort of the other side. You know, Schwartz and Miller are doing a lot in these rounds right there. They were both able to find an early kill, and it felt like that was going to go their way. But if Blick's losing his duels, and Teme and Glick, and you got Blix at 4 and 13, and Schwartz and Miller giving them an early 2-man advantage doesn't do a lot. the team game. And right now, not every piece is pulling their weight. It was a 5v3 choked. It did ultimately fall down to the fact that those two key pieces on B just crumbled without any real resistance. And it was Blick and Click. Just the pistols hit. Click with an MP9, hoping to do a bit of extra damage with it. Nice shot to Teme. Can he take another here? This would be ridiculous. He's done a lot of damage. He's found an AK. MP9's going to jump around the corner. Teme will use it as bait. Little jiggle. Wants the AWP to fire the shot. Nork ends up with another. Wow, this was looking like a bit of a done deal. And Nork has actually managed to claw them back into it. One flatro. Ends up with an important pick of his own as Zerofix catches off the man in mid. And that is all on Nork. He should have been dead to rights. He was tagged down low. The fact that he finds two fadeaway shots out of the AWP is the difference between that being a 4v2 and a 2v2 once he goes down. Synopsy. A great start, just flying out onto the site. Schwartz will do a bit of damage, but as Teme lurks out of the smoking palace, he needs a little bit more than just the one. They know exactly where he is. I think escape here is surely impossible. Saneri follows up. 3v2, Nork misses a key shot. Hang on a minute. Like finding that kill gave it a little bit of life for a second, but yeah, it doesn't last long. It does not last long. We'll catch another trying to hunt him down, but yeah, that's good work. Could be the beginning of the end here as we go into what could be the final round since we're on match point and all. That goes into window. Synopsy, nice shot, Schwartz. Dead to right. Synopsy's going to keep pressing up. Block in hand. Click's going to overwhelm him. One flat throw for the trade. And a 4v2. Make that a 4v1. As Teme is left alive and in the corner. Head will be seen. Zerofix will strip it off its shoulders. And that is donezo. A very quick map. But considering how that started, and it was going real back and forth, then we saw a little resurgence from ENCE Academy in the second half too. I really thought that that was either going to go the distance or maybe even ENCE Academy would snatch it away. But Mix just started making those rounds real quick and real easy and taking that quite clean towards the end. So 13-7. Comfortable stuff. We move on to Overpass next. I think ENCE Academy have definitely got a bit of an advantage there with it being their pick and one that they definitely have been drilling. But we'll have to wait and see because Mix definitely, in terms of the firepower department, looking like the better team on the server. We're going to go to a short 10-minute break. When we return, we'll be back with the next map of this series. Don't go too far. Don't want to miss it. Welcome back, everybody. We're here with map number 2. And exciting stuff to come as ENCE Academy kind of got smoked in that first. It was back and forth and close at the start, but really ran away quite quickly. Once they got into that second half and couldn't find the groove. As we move into the pistol, ENCE Academy taking a lot of room up here on long. Nobody stopping them. They will just waltz up uncontested. Not up until they get onto the site. One Flatro is going to be there waiting. Pops the header click. They continue to cross up onto the site. Termate actually able to pick off Synopsy elsewhere. Schwartz follows, and this is starting to look a little bit better. Teneri, the hard hitter on Mirage, out of the equation here at range. Nork can't do anything. Connects for a lot of damage, but not the kill that he needs, and it leaves one Flatro with a 1v3 that doesn't last long. Blick bites down and bites down hard. And it is a pretty good pistol round, all things considered, from ENCE Academy. They were given a lot of space, but they roll with it quite nicely. Easy picks. When you're just up against USPs, trying to get these Mac 10s cooking and racking up a bit of money, and that is what we'll see. Really comfortable. North left by himself. Ooh, it's another ding. There was a world they find a couple of kills there, but have to go without. Wow, what a start. Teneri and Zero Fix. Pop in 2 at the start of the round, and ENCE Academy got off to a good start with a pistol, and the follow-up are just closed out of that B site. Zero Fix ends up with a triple. We had a little bit of a slower first map, but yeah, out of the gates, pretty hot here on the second. Round number 4 comes with a decent buyback from ENCE Academy. Schwartz on a Galil. Oh, actually, yeah, they're sort of swapping and selling. There's a couple of them. Click did have one, but he does a little switcheroo with Click. Click's got more kills. Maybe he had the better spawn. Maybe he was set to go to the better, more contentious position. Either way, 2 Galils in play, and not a lot of success going their way. Synopsy lines up 2 in connector. An easy kill from one Flatro elsewhere. Synopsy makes it another. North will finish off the job. And a flawless round. As Mix keep them coming. Look. Oh, against the Glocks. Is it a little bit too deep, I feel. Needed to be more careful than that. Gets overrun. Millet. Throwing up Banana. He's got that one AWP. It's been recovered. There's not really a world he can bring it into the next round, but he wants to inflict some extra damage with it. It's going to fall into the hands of Schwartz as he'll fall. Doesn't expect zero fix here. Yes, oh my god, what shots. Looks out to the rifle. I don't love it because he doesn't have the Kevlar, but 35 seconds. He is being checked from behind. Almost. The adjustment, that got messy for a second. Well, recovered there from one Flatro. Dropped back over to Nork. A couple of great shots from him, but honestly, the highlights actually when Schwartz found that sniper. I'd like to see it from his POV if we can. Yeah, here it is. Bang. Very quick. The first one was quick too. So Nork back on his big green. The rest with the rifles on the other side. AK's in hand, but boosted over the top and not anticipating. There's a boost actually on the bomb side itself. Game of jousting, stilt wars. Like game called when you get on your friend's shoulder and a swimming pool and you fight another guy that's on your other friend's shoulder. It's like that. It's like that thing. I don't know what you call that. Knock. Quite connecting. Schwartz gonna work his way up. One Flatro on the angle. Oh my god, Blick and Schwartz turn this round upside down. Zero fix. It's a nice pick, but Blick's there for the trade back. A player who was largely absent in the first map, springing a life here in the second. And Nork with a really awkward weapon. And get back into this. Ooh. I think Blick maybe saw a little bit of the barrel poking around. That's why he started shooting. An opposite. Here in Con. Overwhelmed by teammate. Find an important pick himself. An advantage here for the T side again as they're looking to try and take the lead here. Not only do that, but actually break the bank of Mix as well. That right now is looking very fragile. Important kill from Scenari. Ready right back. Was that through the wall? That was filthy. Had a sightline on him, but flicked up to the head through the wood. It's onto the shoulders of one Flatro now. Head down, tucked behind the barrels. He's not going to be cleared. They'll run right past, but no. He pokes his head over a little premature. And the third man out sees him coming. Nork's the last one left. A lot to do. Of course, no chance at it. But a chance to save, and that's what he's clutching onto. He will be allowed it. Alright, double AWP setup's kind of wild. I'm not sure how I feel about this, but we'll see what they can do, what kind of damage they can inflict. Scenaric. Lovely little pickup. Schwartz down. Flash in. Click. A great headshot. What's this back down to a 4v4? Got Flatro. Gonna find it either as Norks follows up. We move into a 3-on-3. Flashbang over the top. Bomb's going to be tossed over. Maneuvering their way down to the lower site. B. What's on the menu? And it's only Synopsy here to defend it. He's got the AWP, but he's calling in for the reinforcement. Long-standing teammate in one Flatro with the FAMAS working his way over. The snipers are about to butt heads. Yeah. The AWP is just stuck. There's a turret on the bomb site. Smoke's going to fade. Millet's ready for one. The Nork can't do much else but save. It'll go 5-3. It'll be not quite a carbon copy of the last round, but certainly the same ending. Just a different beginning and middle. Easy entries out onto the side. Schwartz gets a cheeky double. Really? Another Nork save? Oh, this is going to send me to sleep. A whole nother minute. Sat waiting for Nork to bring a sniper into his third consecutive round that he's not been able to do anything with it. And finally, ENCE, they've had enough too. I'm not going to sit around and wait. Oh, misses again, Nork. Has to back off, but at least saving the last couple of rounds gives him a bit of money, so he can buy himself another one with the rest of the rifles come alongside it. Synopsy doubles up. There's a trade back from Teme. Nork needs to hit this shot. Eventually the peak will come. Or maybe it won't if Blick is opening space on B. Sceneri trades it. The 2v2. There it is, finally. Nork's patience pays off. So it's just Schwartz left. 30 seconds. He has got the bomb. He's going to work his way around. Sceneri's just on the angle and ready for this. Should be able to shut it down. Oh, tiny little pixel angle. Manages to get the plant. Bullets connecting. Oy, oy, oy. He doesn't manage to get that bomb down. Perhaps could have done so. Opted against it. Oh. Oh. All right, we're back. Sorry about that, folks. A brief little silent period. Just having some major technical issues, but back in business. 6-5. Mick's looking to try and sort of tie this up at the halfway point. I'll be honest, it won't be all too bad for, you know, a half, considering it's your opponent's map pick, but at the same time, with it being the CT side, I don't know. I feel like they needed a little bit more than this. The third map says it at the top of the screen. It's Ancient, my friend. Schwartz follows up onto Synopsis. Puts us into a 4-on-4. Missed flash out of Norks. A little bit awkward. It's going to go the other way. So it's actually going to stop them as Schwartz will catch his head through the wall. Traces it perfectly. And it's going to be 7-5. Lovely little closer at the end. Okay, so second half about to kick off, and we are 7-5. ENCE Academy with a little bit of a margin here. Need to finish what they've started, especially on their defense here on overpass. You'd expect them to get this done. I'm kind of surprised if they don't. Teme not connecting shots though. Glock going to overwhelm. Blix found another elsewhere. He's also low. Clicks dropped on short. Synopsy is going to double up. And Nork takes another. Saves the day from the third man there on the angles. Zerafix will finish off Blick eventually. That is very, very clean. This makes her right back in the picture. Eco here for the CTs. No major surprises. I'll let this one go, more than likely. Come full force into the next at 7-7 to try and take the reins again, but good early kill out of the USP. That's question marks to this round, but they really shouldn't be. Flatro might get overwhelmed here. 19 HP. Somehow slipping away. Ooh. This is real sticky. It does just leave it down a Blix. Going to be Zerafix to finish it off. So 4 actually staying alive despite the amount of damage they took. For 7-7. Mix have closed the gap very quickly. Now if they can win this buy round, especially considering it's a bonus round as well, they'll be flying. Nopsy on the fountain. Molly over the top. HE is going to go back the other way. Doesn't do all too much damage. Lines up a tiny headshot. Swartz. Oh. Tries to trade. Is denied the chance. It's just the 3 left standing. Teme tag low. He tries to fall back. He should be dead to rights to John Flatro. Very easy to turn that flash. See it coming from a mile away. Flick. In the corner. Oh my god. What is that fumble? It's an airy die and sort of fair enough, but Zerafix is jumping? How he's not found that trade is just beyond me. And Juan realizes, yeah, there's actually not enough time. Even if I run down and, you know, find 2 kills, I haven't got time to get the bomb and plant. They're not going to give me the opportunity at this round, so gives it up. But that is rough. Wow. All right. Couple of great early kills out of Schwartz. Yikes. On the flank as well. Just stolen away a third with 17 HP. None of the T's can even trade it. Schwartz is long gone in the wind. Start to work his way back up. Presses around. Zaneri's posted. Wipes him out. Should be comfortable. Quick wipeout. Nook. Miller will finish off. ENCE Academy. Keeping this good. Keeping this tidy. They take another important round. Teme off to a good start again. Pistols on the other side. Not a lot that should be able to come out of this. Ooh. Under a bit of pressure. Smoke's going to go down. Schwartz on the other side will take a head. And wow. Hang on. Hang on. Zaneri's back. After a lights out performance on map 1, he's gone dead quiet here on the second with a couple of great 1Ds. Made this expensive, put the round semi in contention. Doesn't turn into anything else. Nothing more. Clock recovered by Teme in case he... I don't know what he wants it for. But over the USP, I guess. I'm a Glock enjoyer. That sounds weird. I shouldn't say that out loud. I like it over the USP. Come spot. Oh, Zerofix was very ready for that. Just couldn't connect the head. Zorp will be able to bring off one. It is an instant trade out of one flat throw. And obviously down early, though. One of the sort of harder hitters, I guess. He's had some really good moments. Multi-kills. Orp's going to work his way up. I think he'd really like that Orp. Oof. Nearly gets caught off from the side, but one saves his life. I was wondering why he wasn't looking towards party, but I guess it was because it was covered. Teme will eventually trade it. It's still 2 for 1. Saneri follows up. Teme seems to have a decent idea. There could be danger close, but... Oh, looks away as he repeats. There's 3 there for him. Somehow manages to just take the 1 and stay alive. Important pick by Zerofix. Leaves Teme by himself. 1v2. Flashbang goes in towards Bank. He knows that one's there. Does he realize they both reside in the same position? Bomb's open. Yeah, Zerofix is just going to peek wide. Make sure he doesn't line up with his teammate. Awkward to take a bullet to the head, but Zerofix will go untransferred. Mix will hold on. Deny 11 from ENCE Academy. Despite winning that last round, the bye here is pretty miserable for the T's, to be honest. There's really not a lot of money left, though, for ENCE Academy, so losing here would be problematic, although they don't seem to have any intention of losing. This one's looking clean and comfortable for an 11th that have put them right up close to the finish line. It'll be click to finish things off. So what has to be an eco here for Mix? They'll allow 12, I guess, for ENCE Academy. This is bad. This is a bad place to be. Oh, that is a hefty nade. And rather than going for that eco and then, you know, 4 in a row with the weapons to try and stay alive, they jump right into bed with a very, very scrappy force. If it doesn't work, they'll be in a horrible position. It'll be much of the same for the last as the arm pokes around the corner. Miller connects. Can't quite make it 2, but Schwartz will follow up. He's down to 3 HP. But he somehow managed to escape. They're happy to just divert the attention elsewhere, but that's the bomb. Saneri has pressed to try and take a bit of extra ground into Bank, and he's dropped the C4. That's surely round and game gone off of the back of it. I didn't have massively high expectations either way, but that should seal the deal. It's not even recoverable. He's actually dropped it round the corner. That is so awkward. I don't know what you do here. Well, maybe a bit of that will help. A great shot from Juan. It's him in a spot where maybe, just maybe, they could claw this back. Oh my God, Nork is doing exactly that, but I don't think there's time. There isn't. C4 recovered, but Click understood the assignment, just got out of there. Played his life because the bomb would not be planted. So, 4 chances. It's basically the same buy as the last. But at least they had a couple of weapons saved, so it's ever so slightly better. It does feel like a third map's imminent. No way around it. Staneri, great headshot. Maybe there is a way around it. Maybe he wants to create one. The molly goes into default. Teme's behind Optimus. Miller connects a key shot, but Juan's able to trade it right back. Still, it's Teme and Blick on the bomb site. Flash is good. Blick finds another. Needs to. Can't connect. Maybe OT written in the stars here. The money for the CTs is rough. They took a lot of casualties last round. In fact, 4 of them. Even though they won it. Came down to time. Gonna be one to finish things off. 4 kills, mix on to 9 rounds. They're staying alive. Staying alive in this game. And honestly, looking at the money, I don't know what ENCE Academy do here, to be honest. Because 3 of them can buy into the next, but Teme and Click are kind of in a very awkward position. In the chat, we're in a technical pause. I'm wondering what's up. Hopefully nothing too serious. Sorry, folks. Don't really have any info at the moment. I'm hoping. Okay, just got a little bit of information. Someone's camera is charging. So, yeah, what that generally means is a lot of players use their phones as webcams. And they die. And then you got a problem. So, yeah, we are going to throw this to a very short break. But hopefully we'll be back in a couple of minutes once their phone's charged enough to last them until the end of the game. But, yeah, sorry about this, folks. We're going to throw it to a break. We'll be back in a minute. We're back on the way, folks. Cameras charged, and we're ready to rock. Sorry about the delay. Overpass not done yet, though. And actually, it could really go wrong, because, yeah, that one round won by Mix kind of breaks the bank here a little bit for ENCE Academy. They're on a really awkward buy. If they don't win it, and they're down to an eco in the follow-up. This goes 12-11 and really could go either way. Scout will connect for a shot. MP9 up close. Follows up for a lot of damage. Oh, what a shot out of Nork. 4v3. Miller. Make sure that doesn't remain the case for long, but doesn't expect one flat road to already be out. And in water, even though there's no water there anymore. Re-smoke into heaven. It's going to be a wider one as well. It's going to try and play around it, but that's seen and dealt with by the rifle. Teme falls away because there's going to be a full eco in the next round. So the scout's better than nothing. There's no reason to throw himself at an impossible clutch with a weapon that just can't do the trick. They are hunting for him. You need to be careful here, because the last thing one wants to do is die and give someone with a scout that can't single-handedly win around with it and an EK that then could maybe do some damage and make some waves. He doesn't, though. He stays alive. He keeps it tidy. Up against the eco, a 4-stack on the B side, and Xenopsy is on for the ace, but Zerovic steals it. I'd be pissed. I would be tilted. Why are you stealing the ace like that? Not gonna matter. What matters is it's clean. Comfortable, and it's the final regulation. Overtime or bust still here for Mix, but they've kind of got the hard part out of the way. It's by no means easy, but it certainly feels doable. Nice shot Miller to get things started, untraded as well. Mix are going to be kicking themselves. Needed to take. Oh my god. Oh my god. They've not checked the corner. And Schwartz has not only poked up and found one, but somehow Zerofix hasn't traded it back. That is just horrible. It's so well played out of Schwartz. He sat 25-19. Young Georgian going absolutely nuts. 17 years of age. He's popped off in this series as a whole. Mix have got to try and find an avenue back into this. They have found the timing onto the one. But do they clear Teme? Oh, well, it doesn't matter because Teme gives them the opportunity. Now, one's going to peek him. finds the head back into the 2v2. 25 seconds on this clock, and the smoke's going to go towards short. He'll backtrack, try and catch Schwartz on the rotation. One finds him. Nork tapping in this bomb, and he's covered as Blick comes out. What is that from Juan Flatro? An ace to recover the round in the 2v4. One that should have been a done deal. A fumble out of Cenarian's era-fixing connector. Synopsy went down first. And Nork didn't need to do anything than just be present. Go down onto the lower site, plant the bomb. This was supposed to be finished. A mix extend play. Now after an effort like that and an overtime that really you have no business in finding yourself in, you feel like they've got to see it through. The only thing that would do it justice. A play like that, a saviour. It's given all the praise to Schwartz, who's 25 and 20. Got to put the spotlight after those 5 kills onto Juan Flatro, who's now 25 and 12. They've not really been able to kill him. They've not really been able to kill Nork either, but largely that's come off of him saving a lot. We saw, as I said at the time, enough rounds to send you to sleep with Nork just hiding away. Trying to hold on to that sniper. So spams through. He comes in over the top. Mix trying to find a bit of room. Miller, who's been pretty consistent at finding these early shots and giving the opening advantages, can't connect it this time round. Terrific slips across. With 35 seconds. Looks like Mix are going to start to make a move. Synopsy's fallen first. Oh, wow. All right, great timing out of Blick. Yeah, this is just right back to winning ways, Friends Academy. Juan Flatro. He has got timing on one. It's an easy kill. And space onto A. Bomb's coming to join him. Not again, surely. Turns the flash. Fully blinded, though. Schwartz up close. Juan Flatro's won the fight. Surely not. The entire weight of this game is on the shoulders of Juan Flatro right now. No one else is doing anything in these rounds. And again, he single-handedly pulled this out of nowhere. Nork's missed a routine shot. And you just know that it's going to be the superstar again. Oh, Nork, second time asking, does convert. But the first round of OT going the way of Mix. Really, again, no business in it. That was a 2v4. It was the same 2 pieces left alive. After the rest of the boys couldn't find any early entry success at all. What made it even worse is there was very little time on that clock. First kill came through with about 21, 22 seconds left. Bomb went down with single digits to spare. advantage early on again here for ENCE Academy, but you know who's still alive. Looking to make waves, almost catches Millet's head on the jump spot. Don't jump spot again. Yeah. Goes for the wide peak out the right-hand side instead. Makes more sense. And they've killed the monster. The beast that's been causing them all sorts of problems. And the jump spot out of Millet isn't met with the AWP of Nork. So that angle just a tad too late, a little bit too slow. It will, however, double up and route towards B short. Click and blick. Down in Monster. Yeah, it's just a clean-up. Hawk tries to peek out for the trade, but of course, stuck between a rock and a hard place. And closed out. Millet. Again with the early opening. I expect to see this sort of change when we go into the second half of OT. A mixed move over to their defense, but just consistently round after round. Seeing Millet find these entries. Taking another. Flashbang doesn't bind. Click. Lovely little crossfire. And a flawless round. Barely even any damage taken. In fact, collectively 13 points of it. ENCE Academy just brush it off. So second half, mixed starting on their CT side now. I'm expecting a little bit more out of them. They were better, I think, on their CT half, and definitely better as a unit. Their T rounds were very oriented around one flat row going big. Hopefully they don't have to lean on that crutch so heavily now. HE in, little tickler damage onto Millet. Not going to be all too significant. Doesn't get him low enough. Be a one shot with the M4 either. York's going to go for the boost over the top on the slide. No one. Holding an angle susceptible to that AWP. Oh. Good start from one Flatro, but insta trades back. Loads of damage dealt though, so even though this is momentarily a 4v3, Synopsy's able to peek out and double up, putting it back into a 2v2 as he's traded. Schwartz left with 8 points of health. Wow. It's a nice shot out of Nork. I think he would have preferred to hit it onto the full HP player, but doesn't matter. Mate, is actually making this happen. He's found the first. 25 seconds. Bomb going to be planted. Teneri will put himself in position, uses the nade to blow the smoke open, and 14-14. Can't find the bomb. There it is. It's a good job that there's enough time that he can sort of fumble around like that. Mate, Miller. Oh my god. An insane opening. And around with weight behind it like this to secure double OT. And a 15th at such an important time. Beautiful reaction shot out of Zerofix. And Hawk's fallen elsewhere just when they need to maintain these numbers. They can't seem to do it. Peeking up. Not expecting Schwartz so far. Engaged. And Zerofix that for the 1v4. Nothing to really gain by going for this. And an AK to lose, even though they've got money. Not something they can buy as a CT side. Big guns out again. Double overtime or bust this time. Schwartz starts to press his way up. Synopsy. Oh my god. Oh, Synopsy. Wow. Has done well to get one there, to be honest. Thought he was going to go down without anything. Still, they'll lose the A-bomb site. One Flatro's going to fly out through the smoke to try and get stuck in. He's going to miss. And after one Flatro's efforts to get them into OT in the first place, it looks like this might be where it ends. I hate that boost because you have to jump to get up there. It's always seen. Zerofix ends up with one. His teammate falls, and a 1 versus 3 is what's left for him. He's already found one. He needs the 4K to complete the clutch. The molly's good. It forces back Teme, but he finds the head on the retreat. ENCE Academy do take over bar, so we go to a third and decider. And this one's going to be a late one, folks, because these two teams are looking pretty inseparable. So, that's going to wrap up map number 2. Yeah, ENCE Academy just looking better generally. It did feel like the rounds that Mix were able to win were off of individual plays, quite often from one Flatro. And yeah, ultimately they just looked quite lost and very disjointed in a lot of those situations. So I don't think they deserve that map. And yeah, ENCE Academy, well-deserved win. We're now going to go to the decider. It is Ancient. I don't know which way it's going to lean. First, we're going to go to a 10-minute break. So join us back. 10 minutes time. We'll see who takes this. Welcome back, folks. Final map of the series and the day. And I don't think it's going to be a quick one. I'm expecting this to go the distance because map 2 went the distance, and both of these teams seem hungry for this win. The lower bracket, there's no second chances. Whoever loses is knocked out of the competition, and the Glocks right now are showing some real ferocity, as is Synopsy. That comes out of nowhere. 4 beautiful headshots. And he's straight on that defuse. A chaotic back and forth round. But one that does go the way of the mixed squad. Second round, a pretty hefty force out of ENCE Academy with the bomb plant and the 3 kills. Oh, flat shots and Synopsy. Getting this one off to a really good start. Temi's able to trade it back, but spams go through. Oh, actually does some mega damage there. That is huge. Retake's actually got some wheels on it. Wow. Okay, again, they let the bomb go down, but yeah, really comfortable stuff. So moderate success being found out of these scenarios from ENCE Academy, especially towards this A site, but the response has been pretty swift and pretty hard. Bangs over the top, click. Out of lower mid. Good little trade to get things started early on. Puts us into a 4v4. Miller. The numbers in their favour. Schwartz going to take a fair bit of space, but the bomb's been left behind and it's really far. In pursuit of trying to recover it, Synopsy's got all the answers. Schwartz, oh, I love this. Great bit of trigger discipline. He does have to pull the trigger eventually, but brings this back to a 2v2 and a winnable one at that. One will eventually go down. 15 seconds left. Mix. We've got to try and come back in for the retake. That Molly's going to delay things a little bit further. He comes over. Good damage. Oh, Schwartz has still picked off the first. Synopsy taps the bomb. In fact, he's just going to full stick it. He's around the corner. The Mac 10's not connecting. And they've fumbled in 2v1 because they planted weird. And Synopsy's smoke has allowed him to just tuck himself behind the boxes. That is filthy. Three to 0, and I just don't understand how we're here at 3-0. We've had 3 rounds in a row where ENCE Academy have been able to take the plant. They've had advantages. They've had all the cards in some cases. On flat stroke. Picked off another. This is another scenario. Oh my god. Trigger discipline's brilliant. Oh, Nork only ends up with the 1. It's onto the low HP player as well. It's kind of a shame. It's a real opportunity missed. They might still be able to get it done, but with one flat throw whiffing, that now becomes a whole lot harder. I thought this would be another recovered scenario despite having the disadvantage, but certainly chalked. Teme has already seen scenarios, just making sure that he can't lose this round. And you can actually see that little sort of moment of hesitation is this conditioning that they've received in the last 3 of just, you know, it's always losable. Not necessarily a bad thing to take your time and make sure you confirm it. Like, having a bit of a field day against the Pistols. As for Nork, you know, this is a force bite. They've brought nothing out of it except damage, but no kills. The number 6 ENCE have been closing back, and they should be able to tie it back up right here. just up against the Eco. Nork, the only man with any kind of investment in this round. And it's the MP9. Ooh. He's managed to take a single. That's about it. Insta-traded back, and no one's really got the weaponry to bring anything more. Maybe they do. He's found the AK. The pursuit is now saving it. So 3 apiece, round number 7. Full buy out. I can't help but feel that if Nork didn't have the MP9 in the last, we'd maybe see an AWP out, but the AWP Miller is going to cause him problems anyway. Big punish, as the rifle won't be able to do the damage. It's that sniper finding the entry. The A-bomb site open for business again. Mix's retakes here on this very site have been pretty good. Synopsy already in from behind. He spots the second as well. Numbers are even. Fire at the feet, into the smoke. Clicks dead. And the 3 remaining are here in Donut. If there was more util, in fact, there is a smoke, so they'll drop 1 on the bomb, 1 into Donut itself, and Synopsy, I might not even need it, to be honest. He's just lining up the kills. Yeah, there it is again. A retake, even with a man disadvantage. They make that clean. Miller again with the early advantage. We saw this over and over earlier in the series. Synopsy smashing the head of Schwartz early. Teme returns the favour. Sat in cave, flicked with a headshot, 1 Flatro down. 4 versus 2 that should finally go their way. I don't even think Nork and Zero Fix are going to get involved with this one. So we're tied back up at 4 apiece. I said I didn't think this was going to be a quick game, and I stand by it still. We're probably going the distance here. These two teams can't be separated. Norkensenary. Right, back to winning ways again after that last round. Lost. I don't know why they've gone about that, though. A 2-man advantage and then just thrown away by deciding to flash and play through the donut smoke. And now it's a 3v3 retake. And again, their A-side retakes have been good, but surely they can't keep pushing their luck. There it is. You trade back by Schwartz, though. Nork's in trouble now. He taps the bomb. Schwartz falls away. Nork is just going to hold it. He's going to full stick. Schwartz is spam. Ooh. Let's get there eventually. That was pretty close. Another investment here for Mix, but it doesn't feel like there's too much behind it. Finally, the bank is kind of broken a little bit. HE's going to follow up. A little bit of damage. Nothing too substantial. Wow. It's an absolute shutdown. And it's only this A site. It just rinse and repeat over and over. They keep getting out. They keep getting the bomb down. They struggle holding on to it, but yeah, finally, that's kind of the recipe. Everybody chiming in as well with the team ace. Pressure comes in, Blick. Drops the HE, will do a bit of damage. It's only against an eco, though. He'll take a ding. The MP9 will finish him off. This should be a round that doesn't come with all too much. Miller, oh my god. That's quick switch without shooting. The pistols might actually get the better of him here as Click's been tagged down low as well. They got to be real careful because Zero picks out Schwartz. Oh my. Down to the 2v1, and this feels very winnable for Synopsy. But Millet connects. And crisis averted. That was a little close for comfort, though. Brilliant start from Scenario and Synopsy. Oh, it doesn't last long, though, does it? Demo's right back. Was down to the 3v3. Once again, another A retake. How many of these have we seen? Kind of running out of time on this one, though. Bomb's already halfway ticked, but Juan Flatro draws first blood. And again, it's just rinse and repeat. It's the same setup. Both take the post-plant positions in towards Donut. And, oh my god, Millet's found both. He needs to just run through now. Juan Flatro's not off the bomb. Millet, what are you doing? Oh. Kind of had the right idea with it, but fumbles at the end. It's a bad one to lose and a bad way to lose it. It could have been 8-4, and instead we're still almost split straight down the middle. All right. Second half pistol. Worth a whole lot here. Mixer coming in with the Glocks. And if they're able to win it, then they can close this gap. If they don't, then ENCE Academy have got a one-way ticket towards the finish line. Julie's spam away. Schwartz will follow up. And really comfortable. Fair bit riding on this force by now. As Mix decide to sort of go for quite a big commitment. These Tech 9s out. Temate's going to spam one straight through the smoke. Scenari down. Millet and Click making light work of this push one by one. Very little that goes the way. In fact, nothing that goes the way of Mix in that round. Not a single point of damage inflicted. It's absolutely flawless. and it's kind of much of the same into the next. I feel like a little bit over-invested, to be honest, with some of the armor going alongside the pistols, but it's a great shot from Nork to start it off. Doesn't look like we'll see much more of it. Zero Fix begs to differ. Says, all right, I can put this back into a 3-on-3. Now let's play for the round win. It comes down to this duel against Schwartz. That is won by the Tech 9. That's a rifle recovered. 2 kills they've had so far have been far enough range that they've not actually been able to pick up the guns. This one now really changes things. But it is only Synopsy with the Kevlar. Smoke goes in. Teme. He reads as well, but he's going to be a little bit late to the party. They are still going to get out onto aid. Flash into CT will confirm his suspicions. And he'll press up. Won't be there quick enough to deny the plant. Oh, goes for the spam on the other side of the box. Synopsy is close. Teme needs to be careful because he's running out of bullets. Needs to get a reload in, but he'll check Cave first. Not Cave, sorry, Temple. Now we'll reaggress. Still a third man lurking over. Zero Vix has found Teme with an eagle. And Synopsy close. Blick around this corner. Kit in hand. Good little reaction shot, but down to 7 HP. Nothing more that he can really do. Grab that M4 and try and get out of there. But try is the key word, because he will not be successful. Viewership picking up a little bit. I think we're maybe the only game left going on today. Check and have a look. The BC game beat ESC. That happened. They did. What was it? 2-0. Crazy. Wow, simple farmed. 104 ADR. Jeez. Well, that ends their win streak. 14 matches as well. Impressive stuff. Click. Finds the opening kill here in this one. This one flat road down. Molly's going to go into the cubby. Miller. Wow. Just doubles up. Teme's there with another. Nork left by himself. It's going to be 10 rounds for ENCE Academy. A series that on paper they were not supposed to be winning. The odds were massively against them. But I said at the very start of this, there's a real contrast in, you know, the play styles and I guess more the sort of cohesion as teams. You've got a mixed roster of incredibly experienced veteran players against sort of a youngster squad, but a youngster squad with a really big support network and a lot of prac hours. When you play them in an official, yeah, they're gonna beat you. Felt better drilled. Also seen some amazing individual mechanical moments. And some of the boys on mix, especially. Well, actually, it's been a real interesting one, right? We saw Scenario popping off in map 1. We saw one flat road pop off on map 2. And now it's Synopsy that's given us the numbers here on the third and decider. Yeah, just generally speaking, I think ENCE Academy have had better fundamentals, a better foundation. See if this can be the start of a bit of a comeback here for Mix. Kind of needs to be. Zero Fix does find the entry out onto the B site. Puts the numbers back to evens for a moment, but Scenario works his way back. Zero Fix taking another. He's creating space here. Out onto the B site. And instead of going A, they're actually going to try and wrap around red, but no trigger discipline from Nork. Means Miller might be able to just trade this right back out. Giving the advantage. Nork's still making a lot of noise. Miller is cooked. Do they guess correctly? Yes, they do. They're going to run over towards B. It's Click left with a 1v2. 9 seconds. That is a dangerous game. They really were rolling the dice there. If Click was anywhere towards ramp, even on long, he just pokes his head out, denies that plant. It's round over. It's probably game over. He starts to walk his way in. Nork's ready. Yeah, that's a pretty good read on the situation there, actually, from Mix. That was well played. So people have got some pretty crazy odds on this game. Yeah, as I say, they were the heavy underdogs. It's be a pretty incredible feat if they're able to win it. Stay alive in the tournament. I'm actually not sure if this event is VRS ranked. I don't think it is. But maybe. Actually. Yeah, I guess so, because it's... yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Ignore me. Ignore me. It is VRS. So that's, you know, that's why we've got some decent teams playing. Even though the prize pool's not massive, it's a really good opportunity to... yeah, of course it is. Yeah, really good opportunity for some of these sort of lower ranked teams to accumulate some points. You know, we've got some boys that don't really get all too many tournament invites nowadays. I think we've seen a lot of the academy rosters really sort of take massive hits off of that since we moved into VRS. You know, ENCE Academy were like a massive staple as an invite for lots of events in the past. Surely not. Schwartz doesn't even have a kit. I think he was just hoping by coming back in that they'd panic and someone would die to the bomb. There was nothing really for him to lose, but if he had a kit there, that could have been interesting because they had exited a little bit early. Yeah, as I say, I think that a lot of the academy rosters were really punished when VRS hit. And yeah, as I say, sides that sort of... Yeah, I think one of the big benefits... I mean, there's lots of benefits to playing under like an academy team of a tier 1 org, but I think one of the benefits is brand value that used to come with getting invitations to things. So even if you weren't necessarily up to par, even if you weren't necessarily there in the rankings, just being, you know, ENCE's academy team was normally enough to, you know, get your invitations to things, put you under the spotlight a little bit. We saw, you know, organizations picking up like brand new academy teams with brand new 16, 17-year-old players, and they were given shots at, you know, CCT and some of the other tier 2, tier 3 events. Whereas nowadays, it's very difficult to get the VRS points required to then start getting some of those invitations. And honestly, the only way to really get yourself on the VRS ladder in the first place is going and playing LAN events. And a lot of the time, these organizations that have these academy teams aren't funding them to go to LAN events. Especially at the moment, even these sort of tiny little LAN events, they're sending the main teams for points to go to the major. So, you know, if there's a 5-10k LAN event, ENCE aren't sending ENCE Academy. They're sending the main squad because the main squad need points right now. Good trades back and forth whilst I'm yapping. The round is actually starting to sort of balance out a little bit. It was looking like a done deal, but Miller swaps out to the other rifle. It was a messy fight. If he'd have won it, maybe there was a round to be had, but Mix are starting to work their way back. This is looking a lot better. Yeah, just up against the pistols. This is light work. But Mix to tie this one up. There is still one that's sort of tucked away. Miller, the snake in the grass, but knows that having to switch between the two elevations and a full 90 degrees. In fact, probably a little bit more like 180. It's unlikely he was going to be able to take both with the 5-7. One flat throw finish things off. That's going to be Mix taking another. One flat throw coming to life as well. After a little bit of a quiet start. Shows up. Ties up his score 15 apiece. No one's going positive here on Mix, despite the fact that the score's 10-10. They can win this round. They're in a powerful position because there's no money here for ENCE Academy after this buy. Snopsy already out onto the side. They've managed to just evade the shots as they progress up. Damage dealt on the molly from the smoke. Obscures them, blocks them out. Synopsy doubles up for 2. Schwartz. The only one that's able to return a little bit of damage, but what an incredible recovery this has been. From 10-7 down to 11-7 up and about to be 12 surely. I think it might have even been 10-6. Just up against the eco here. As I say, it should be very light work. The damage being dealt. Zero fix down, but yeah, they know that this round is not really a winnable one. There you go, a little bit of a cleanup. Only the one casualty. It's not going to matter though. Mixer got so much money that they can afford to buy for these final couple of rounds if needs be. Wow, what a start from Teme. Lifeline adrenaline, backs against the wall, and ENCE Academy come out swinging. Some fight left in them for sure. Millet's seen the barrel, so he knows that there's one coming. Flash goes over the top. Off the angle on the reface. Wow, very quick flick back. And that'll turn it into a 3-man advantage. Surely one that's pretty unlosable. Snork looks to return the favour. We saw a 2 versus 5. Keep things going and then eventually get into OT on overpass. This would be an absolutely crazy time for it, but I don't see it happening for Nork. He has connected for the first. Ooh, those are the second is, but the fire at his feet. If there's no molly, maybe, just maybe, we give him a bit of credit. We give him a chance, but the molly makes that impossible. That's going to wrap things up. Tactical pause here before we go into the final round of regulation. I said this one was going to go the distance. Wasn't sure if it was going to go OT again, but it doesn't surprise me. We're underway. Click getting aggressive into mid. This would have definitely been heard. He was making a lot of noise. His teammate trying to jump up on top of shelf as well. I can't believe that Mix haven't been able to sort of capitalize there. I don't know what the vision was like over the top of that smoke. I don't think they were able to see all too much. .45 seconds left, one Flatro. Gonna creep his way through the red room. This is a much slower round from Mix. We've often seen casualties in the first few seconds, and a lot of the time in the hand of Millet's all. No one wants to be the one to make the mistake here. In fact, it's going to be a positive move in the direction of Mix as one Flatro draws first blood. Zero Fix a little bit messy on the fight. The trades are there. Millet's trying to hold them together. The glue to keep Fence Academy in this. He's landed another double. Scenari's low. Fire at Millet's feet. It's going to take him off the angle a little bit, but Click's coming to join the party with 10 seconds left. They know that he has to commit. And it's going to be Nork. This time not in a 1v5 or 1v1, but why? He hasn't got time. That's it. He's throwing it away. I just don't get it. It's the wrong play. There's 5 seconds left and a 1v1 with no info on the last man. And, you know, it's for OT and you're the team with the leverage. There's no answer other than to just stick the plant safe and play the 1v1. Oh, man. He's got info that danger's close. If, you know, the circumstances are different, then fine, maybe. But it just doesn't make sense to me. Nork massively fumbles that. That was a real opportunity that was created for them by one Flatro again. And Nork doesn't come to save them. I can't wrap my head around it. Taps the bomb, unless there's like a bit of bad info. I think that's the only justification. There's a bit of bad info. He doesn't even peek long or anything, you know. He literally taps the bomb, and when there's not an instant swing from, well, it wasn't going to be cave, but yeah, if someone was walking up short, I guess. He then just gave it up. That was it. He knew the round was lost. Might have just been a full fumble. I don't know. Now they got to get it done in overtime. 50 seconds left on this clock. Mix are going to start to work their way forward to the B site again. Blick with 6 HP. Schwartz has found Nork in the meantime. He's actually coming in from behind, and of course they know it, but yeah, pressure's really on here. Blick follows up with another. Schwartz down. Oh, lovely little sequence from Zero Fix to give them the space to route elsewhere. The bomb's now going to head over towards A. Teme is on flank duty, but it's not to play for the round, because the round is elsewhere, and it's going to take them a little bit of time to realize. Of course they go for the rotation. Of course they go for the retake. Scenari's close donut. Teme's going to try and pressure him. Does clear the corner. Lovely kill. Zero Fix has found Blick, who's tapped the bomb. Oh, can't believe they're giving him the opportunities. Jeez, one more bullet would have done that. Zero Fix just running out of ammo. Hindsight needed to tuck back, get a reload in, I guess, but felt like he needed to catch him on the timings and sort of catch him off guard, and he very nearly did. He comes in. Util flies over here in mid. Teme ends up with a freebie on Flatro and Synopsy, taking big entries out. Molly goes down. Zero Fix has got to slip away. Through into Donut. They've got the advantages, but a big shot from Miller. He's been the savior that's clawed back so many rounds. He looks to try and do it again. Bams through the smoke, not connecting, however. And a 2v3, another retake they'll have a go at, but Blick's dropped. Scenari's found him. For Miller, it's probably best to save here, even though it is one that he kind of wants to have a go with. It's a good flashbang. Wow. Bit of a 360. Doesn't convert. So, one apiece. Let's keep things tight. Looks all gonna fly forward. It's a nice shot. One Flatro is gonna take one of his own as well. Blick. See you later. Good night. Really crispy shots being hit. One Flatro will take another. The Mix look like they're gonna take the lead at the halfway point. The CT side didn't massively impress me, so it wouldn't surprise me. Defense Academy are able to bring this back, whether it be to win it or take it to double OT, but a couple of great entries here, a couple of great mechanical moments. On Flatro again with that double. We'll see some of these shots. This must have been very fast, yeah. We actually saw that from Millet's POV. Didn't feel like he had any time to react. Really quick. Synopsy. So 14-13. Running it down again. It's Mix on their CT half now. AWP on Naught. Rifles on the rest. Schwartz very quick. Goes across the cave entrance, trying to get stuck in to support his teammates in middle, but nobody's home. Control kind of been given up. Synopsy will draw first blood. That's Millet down. On Red Room, yeah, it was. That was crisp. A lot of damage dealt through that one as well onto Schwartz. That's one Nacho going to have another go at this. He does. Nearly connecting for a full kill there. I'm not sure he'll realise just how much damage is inflicted. He will catch Teme. Another onto Blick. They're both full HP players. Schwartz will be the easy one. He puts one bullet into him. He'll realise, oh, I must have tagged him earlier. There'll be no assist. The AWP around this corner. HE should finish him off. It will. Bang. Lands at his feet. Lethal. And it's just on to click. It's going to be 15 rounds for Mix. They'll have 2 chances to close this out, just like they had in regulation. Unless we see a masterclass out of click. That was a beautiful shot. Missed AWP. Oh, no. This is how it goes wrong. Click 1v4 clutch with 13 HP to keep them going. No. Nork has other ideas. He wants to go to bed. It's been a long one. It's been a tiring one. As I said before, Mixed on to 15. 2 chances to finish this off. I'll be looking to get it done right here and now. Over the util deployed early, and a couple of players are a little conservative with it, which is interesting. Millet works his way up, but the timing is bad, and Zero Fix catches him. Flash doesn't go where he wants it to, and it means he has to turn. It gets him killed. Really good awareness from Teme to actually realize he's fumbled the flash and to go for the peak. The AKs are going to sort of barrel up off of the back of it. Zero Fix with a great start, but what feels like it's off of the back of one fumbled flashbang. Everything else starts going wrong. The one crumbling around him, Synopsy, has to go big or go home, and it's going to be the latter. It's on an AWP with a 1v4. Beats the smoke. Takes a bullet to the head. ENCE Academy. 50% of the way there. Double OT now really looming. Mixer very clearly showing that they have trouble closing out. This no longer becomes a coincidence, an anomaly. It's signs of struggle. It comes to the mental fortitude. Schwartz looking for the opportunity. It's a great start from North, and they don't need to overpress this now. Synopsy's got very aggressive. They've got a 2-man advantage, but this is their game, and this is how they like to play it. So even with the 1-man advantage, the 2-man advantage, they keep going to make it 3, 4, and 5. Zero Fix and 1 flat row will finish off the job, and it's going to be Mix finally getting it over the line. I thought for a second there we might even be seeing double overtime, but not today. They return the favour after losing OT on overpass. Massive commiserations to ENCE Academy. I think they played exceptionally well as the underdogs. It's a real shame that, yeah, they couldn't cause the upset and stay alive in the tournament. But to be honest, as people go, I think the Mix have got a better chance of making it far. I think that fundamentally and individually, they're one of the best rosters that we've got sort of in the tournament. So, yeah, it's nice to see them sort of staying afloat And moving on to that next stage, as I say, they'll be playing against the loser of Y5 versus Unity. So that should be a pretty interesting one. Kazakh side against the Czechs. So yeah, that should be fun. Okay, that is going to wrap things up for our series and our broadcast for today. It's been a really, really long one. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we will see you all same time, same place tomorrow for more CCT Contenders action. So make sure you come and join us for it. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.